I might talk about another one of my 7-string guitars that I play. I've owned this guitar for a while, and I am a really big fan of it. It is the Sterling JP70 7-string model. I got it in the trans green finish. It also comes in a trans purple finish, a satin black, and there's the new JP70D in white, which I think just looks awesome. Mine is a basswood body, bolt-on maple neck, with rosewood fretboard. Start off with the body basswood. A lot of people I know tend to just disregard basswood as a good wood to use for guitars, like only for cheaper guitars, and I had this sort of mindset as well. But basswood actually does not sound too bad. While maple and mahogany accentuate different frequencies, basswood seems to have a fairly even sound to it, just from what I've come across. And just in trying to work out what I like, basswood is usually a pretty good starting point for me. As for the rosewood fretboard, I always tend to prefer the look of a maple fretboard, but rosewood is still pretty good. The majority of guitars that I own have a rosewood fretboard, and I haven't found any sort of bad feel to them. I've been told that maple and ebony have sort of a more glassy feel to them when you're doing like bends and stuff, but being the style that I'm playing, I don't necessarily bend too many notes, and because I tend to use larger frets, this has 24 jumbo frets on it at the moment, I don't actually feel the fretboard too much in my playing. So I can't really give too much judgment on actual fretboard woods, but I actually really enjoy this. And the maple neck is really thin. It's like Ibanez style thin. Ibanez or Jackson style thin, which are both other like really shreddy necks. I have found that with 7 strings at least, I prefer a bit of a thinner neck because I have smaller hands, and it just allows me to get around the guitar a little bit better. The pickups that I chose for this are the DiMarzio deactivated pickups. In researching for pickups to put into a basswood guitar, a lot of people that I talked to, that I saw on forum posts, that I saw on YouTube, were all saying that you need any of the bare knuckle juggernauts, the DiMarzio crunched up liquefiers, DiMarzio deactivators, or my preferred choice was the EMG 57.7 and 66.7, but they wouldn't fit the routing, so I had to go a slightly alternative route. I would have gone on blackouts, but my other guitarist is using them, and in my experience with them, they're a little bit too high output for what I like. So I had the deactivators installed with call taps. The way I've got this set out at the moment is, this is the neck volume and call tap, and then bridge volume and call tap. So that way, if I want to, I can just cut down the neck volume, and then I get the normal Rhodes chatter, Fraley chatter, just that effect. That's why I like having two volumes on a guitar, so I can actually have a kill switch effect. The trem system is actually a really good trem system, but I've got mine blocked at the moment because, in my playing at least, I don't use a trem too much, and the springs in this one actually ring horribly when I mute. So I mute after heavy distortion, and the springs and the strings up here keep ringing, so I've taken whatever measures necessary to just kind of shut them up. But this guitar I got from eBay, the pickups I got from eBay, and I think it's one of my best guitars in the moment. I'll just run through a couple of sounds. This is neck single coil, north coil. Full. This is middle, both humbuckers full. I don't usually split off the coils in the middle position, but when I do, it's usually only neck. I never really split the bridge humbucker to single coil, except for like when I want pristine, clean passages. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm running through my Blackstar ID30 combo with the Protone Dead Pony pedal. I would be running through a bit more sophisticated setup, as you're seeing behind me with my Axe effects, but I'm waiting on my audio interface to arrive, so that's why I'm just going a bit more of a simplistic, brutal route. So this is still the middle, both humbuckers full. And this is the bridge humbucker. Single coil. I don't know how well this is coming through, but this is just more of a review on the guitar itself as opposed to the sounds that I'm getting. So, apologies. Drive sounds. It has definitely less of a low-end sound than the Schecter does. It might be a combination of the Damasio's on basswood instead of the EMGs on mahogany, but it just gives a little bit of a different flavor for me. This is on the neck. And string gauges on this one. I've got this one strung up drop A again with 9 to 46 with a 66 on the bass. Yeah, I really enjoyed this guitar. If you have the money, I suggest picking one up. I changed out the original pickups because I found the stock ones a bit too low-endy, a bit too boomy. Just not quite that tight focus sound that I'm looking for in my playing. But overall, they are not bad. That's about it for this one. Yeah, check it out if you can. If you want to, buy one. If not, then don't. Simple as that. Okay, cheers.